Well, we're out here. It's the 10th. Season starts in a week and a half. This morning we got up early, just did our laps around the block, checked all the spots we can hunt. Ran into quite a few birds actually. A bunch of spots had enough birds in the area, just a matter of where they're going to be next week Wednesday. But now we're going to start sighting in our red dot sites. I had a whole bunch of extra like bunny load that we used from this winter leftover, so I'm going to use that as my first shell since it's hard to find turkey shells nowadays, so it should be fun. You guys good?
Yeah.
I packed a little more punch.
About 5:45 right now. We're set up same spot as where we sat last year. Spent a lot of days here last year. Not many birds were here in the spring, but last few days there's been toms consistently up in the field here. 2 of them were roosted just behind us. One had to be within about 100 yards of us. They just got down, and it sounds like they might be over this knoll, maybe just over the next hill. Just kind of play the waiting game. Deer, I guess, is done. From years past, we kind of know that they've looped into this field from there, and sure enough, we'd seen 2 hens pop out, and figured the whole flock must be coming behind that, and all of a sudden, just 2 toms came running right over the hill, and kind of got a little spooky and weary of something. I don't know, it's been snowing for the last 45 minutes, so the decoys don't look the greatest. There's kind of snow covered, so I don't know if when they get close enough, that's what they see, and kind of got a little spooky. But I don't know, they're probably 40 yards, I'd say, maybe ish. And I mean, felt confident with the shot, and it just, I don't know what happened. Would have been cool if it worked out, but it just didn't happen.
Well, it's about 7 o'clock or so now, and we finally got it done on morning number 3. Last 2 mornings were kind of a grind. Wednesday morning I screwed up and missed one, but we came back to that same spot this morning, and the birds were roosted pretty close to where they were Wednesday morning. They're kind of roosted there, gobbled quite a bit off the roost, and then they shut up for a while. We just kind of figured they'd do their normal routine and maybe loop here and get here by 7:30ish like they have been the last few mornings, and the tom was pretty much on a mission just to come here. Slowly worked his way in, came fanned out. It was pretty sweet to watch. I think ended up coming to like 25 yards, and I don't know if he knew something was up. He kind of got a little suspicious, it looked like, so I just kind of decided to take the shot, and the rest is history.
Well, it's about 6:18. We had a bunch of turkeys gobbling around us this morning. Ever since they flew down out of it's been completely dead. We haven't heard a single gobble since, so we're gonna sit here for a while and then do some running and gunning. See if we can catch up with them.
They're not that far away from that corner. They're out there in the field. Right there, yeah. They're coming right in the corner.
pretty much gonna wrap up tonight. But we did end up roosting 6 toms, a handful of hens. We might have gotten a shot if we would have stayed in our original spot, but it would have been tough. It wouldn't have been real easy. We kind of learned tonight too. I don't know how receptive these birds are going to be to tom decoys. So I think what our plan is tomorrow, get to the same spot we started at earlier, just bring the hen decoy, do some minimal calling probably, and I think we're going to have a really good shot at getting a tom down tomorrow morning.
Yeah, here they come. I like that angle they're coming from. Let me see. Can you see him? I can't. I can't. Where is he? Right there. I can't see him. No.
He's gonna go back home.
I'll be able to shoot him between the tree. No. He looks like a big guy.
Thanks, Dylan. So the 6.5 hours of sitting in the wind and the cold yesterday paid off this morning. We lasted last night right till dark to roost these things, and this morning it worked out perfect. They were gobbling pretty good and set the decoy past us so we could draw the birds. So we didn't want to spook them coming out of roost because they're very spooky, the decoys. But this one separated and didn't come out in front of us perfectly, but cut through the fence line and cut behind us and heading right for the hen decoy on the other side of the fence line, and we got her done. Beautiful morning, and it was fun. Never gets old.
Well, it's a little after 5, and we got all set up here at the little opening in this fence line that we call a gate. Got, I think, 2 or 3 gobbling straight in front of us. Maybe I'll just have to sit here. I don't know if I'm gonna call too much. These birds are a different breed out here. They sometimes are difficult to work with, so we're not gonna call too much and just kind of sit tight. Maybe they'll make their way out here. It's like 6:30, 6:45-ish. Those 2 toms that were in the field here ended up just following those 2 hens that they were walking with. I figured it'd be kind of hard to pull them away. There were some toms in front of us this morning. We're gonna try to sneak around if we can get a view at that field and see if there are any birds out there. So a little after 8 right now. That tom and hen are still out in this field here. They haven't moved much since we got here. He's been pretty tough to try to pull from that hen. I don't know, maybe if we start making a noise, he might pull away eventually. I guess we'll have to see.
Here's a Sally. It's about 6:30 now, and we got our butts kicked again today. Like I said before, nothing really No toms really roosted that close to us, but we had a bunch of hens behind us, and they all worked their way out in the field, right off the roost. That's about all we saw this morning. No idea where the toms from last night went. So now we're just gonna kind of pack up shop. It doesn't sound like there's many birds in the area again this morning, so not real confident.
Come on, dude. Come on. He was on the other side of a ditch here. He was super interested. If there was no ditch, I don't think he would have. I think he would have came in if there wasn't a ditch. But he's out in the field now, so we're gonna give the dominator a go. We'll see what happens. We're gonna give it a shot.
Hell yeah!
Right away this morning, we came back to a spot where Brandon had roosted some birds. The tom ended up working our way, except he was on the opposite side of the ditch. He went out in the field with 2 hens, so Rand and I kind of determined that the only chance that we had at this thing was using the dominator, so he finally decided to come in at me and come at me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a beautiful morning and couldn't ask for anything better, but Hunter's got a tag yet this week, and then we've got 5th and 6th week left, so a lot of turkey hunting left in store for us. So.
I hear him chatting the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Dressed too sharp with the prize, white girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution.
After 5 now, and we got 2 hens out in the field. They both flew down right into the field. Rain's kind of seeming to calm down a little bit, but still pretty wet out. These turkeys.
Morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Tired.
Well, that was a bust.
Started to see what it is, but it's by that tree out in the middle of nowhere.
All right, what we got going on, man?
It's 6:15. Hunt spotted a tom out in this field just to our left here. There's a little knoll, so we're just gonna take the dominator, use the kind of knoll to our advantage, get as close as we can, hopefully pop up over the knoll with the dominator, and hopefully it comes in. It looked like he was by himself from what we could see, and we'll give it a shot.
Just trying to free a reckless heart. Just trying to be as light as a breeze. The queen of earth.
So it's about 4 o'clock this morning, and we decided to take an approach towards my family farm. I went out here last night to scout some birds, and there's 3 toms that we're after, so we're gonna try to double up. It's gonna be a hot one, so we're dressed light and we're gonna get going. Ready for this?
Yep,
Let's freaking go!
That was sweet. That was kind of a poke yet, though.
That was. That's got to be like 45 yards.
Well, we had our first double that we've ever had, actually. It's a pretty special morning, but it's been nice to kind of redeem ourselves. We've been absolutely getting our butt kicked this last week from just kind of screwing up roost hunts, birds not cooperating, not being able to capitalize on some stalks. It's been a long past 4 mornings, but it finally kind of paid off. There was 4 birds that I saw, 4 or 3 last night. So there's still birds around, and Rand still has a tag, so I think we're gonna head out and try to get Rand tagged out, and then we're done for the weekend, and that would be nice. Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a little sleep-in session.
Well, it's about 10 after 5 right now, and Dylan and I are out here. It's the first day of 6th week. Last night I drove around and tried to scout some birds, and there wasn't a whole lot going on, but found one tom in some fields that we can hunt. We have permission on all the fields around us, so wherever he goes, we can try to make a move on him.
We just found looks to be a lone tom. We couldn't see a hen with him. He's not in the best of spots. Like, we might be able to get pretty close to him, but I don't know. It's the only bird we've seen all morning, so we're gonna try it and see what happens.
Well, we snuck down pretty close to him right now. I would say he's probably within 100 yards of us, just on the other side of this fence line. We used this fence line to our advantage the whole time, just walked right down it. It's pretty thick, so I poked my head out back there about 50 yards, and he's still just standing down here by himself, so we're gonna just try to sneak forward a little farther and maybe peek out and see where he's at.
Good one ever, Rand. A good one ever.
I was gonna try to get out farther, but then like, well, I don't know if that's gonna be great because then I'm more exposed. My body's more exposed. And then I like would put my gun up. I'm like, oh, he's gonna have to be like right there for me to see his head. So I was like, oh, I'll just try to take him when he's a little farther.
I think I was a little smarter about this.
Dylan, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Right there.